Good evening or buena noche. A happy Good Friday. This is Historias Urbanas con Don Armando, or this is Historias Urbanas con Don Armando. So tonight, I'm actually trying to, bring an artist from the West Coast. So tonight. So for all, so for all my followers, I'm streaming on three platforms. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. So on the Twitch, not on the Twitch, on the YouTube and on the Instagram, I have the StreamYard link. If you want to actually come up and say something, this is open to anybody. So feel free. I got the StreamYard link in the description on YouTube. I have the StreamYard link on Instagram. All right.
Push. Back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, salute Ellen. Hello, Don Jose. Yeah, as you know, I'm still here. So let's get it started. Got you. Nice. Thank you, Don Jose. Yo, still here. Yeah.
Good morning to you as well, said
Hey,
Hansu.
it's good. It's evening, but good morning. Good morning to you as well, Sir Hansu.
It's 10 o'clock. It's 10:11 o'clock, 10:11 at night where we're at right now. What time is it over there where you're at?
Yeah. Oh, this is my this is my friend and my sometime co-host on Wednesday, Pete K. Darkness.
You
Yep. So, how
definitely,
was your day today? Did you go to the dojo?
definitely the Wednesday co-host for sure. Sometimes co-host on all the other shows, but definitely the
Exactly.
Wednesday co-host. That's for sure, for sure. No dojo
Exa-
today. I woke up with
exactly.
a lot of nerve pain today, so no no dojo movement for today.
Got you.
I'm still waiting for this delivery, man. It's ridiculous.
What's the was it? Is it pizza or is it mango?
Nope. My tea
Oh,
leaves. My tea
gotcha.
Yeah, my tea leaves. I've been
Yeah.
Been waiting since this morning. Like I finally get a word that it's on its way, and here we are 40 minutes later, nothing yet. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I was actually waiting for another content creator, but then the thing is though, I was waiting for him like in Philly, but then the thing is though his ride was coming late. So hopefully like this Sunday, I might link up with him then and such.
Cool.
Yep.
Where are you from? Well, born in New York, raised in Dominican Republic. So I'm from I'm from New York City, and
Yeah.
I'm from San Pedro Macorís.
Yeah. Yeah. Bless Good Friday to you too, Don Jose.
Amen, brother. Amen. Blessings to all.
Yep.
Later, and and the nurse has left the building. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yo, J Rod, what's good, brother?
It was good, G Rod. Yeah. I've been following J Rod for a minute, you know. He's not Dominican, but we actually respect him as a Dominican because he's an American that actually takes his time out to chill out there, respect the culture and all that. So much respect
Shout
to J Rod.
shout out to October
Yeah.
in the chat.
Yep. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna have to
Yep.
I'm gonna have to use my emergency tea because I've been waiting already too long since last spoken to this person, and I'm getting
Yeah.
anxious. And my PTSD is starting to kick in, and I don't like it.
Like, I hear you.
What's even crazier is that the person that I normally talk to, he's all the way in Thailand right now. Like, dude is
Wow.
all the way in Thailand.
That
So his brother's the one that's here, and his brother's supposed to come see me. And here we are, like some 40,
mhm.
50 minutes later. His brother still hasn't showed up yet. I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous.
Yo, scheme, come through, bro. All right. The link is in the description. Thank you, J Rod.
What is? I'm gonna have to look it up on the other phone so I can send the link.
All right.
Let's see something. I got a few people that want to check in on the show tonight, so let me.
All right, that's good. Matter of fact, I'll make it easier, bro. I'll just send it to the WhatsApp, and you invite the people who you want to invite.
I got it, bro. I have it. I got it copied, and I'm gonna send it
All right,
through Messenger.
got you.
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
Hmm.
And like always, to all the viewers watching from other platforms, either it be Instagram, Twitch, watching through YouTube, remember to hit the like. Remember to leave a comment, leave a question, shout out. You know what I'm saying, send someone a Holy Friday blessing. You know what I'm saying, interact so that we can interact as well.
Yeah.
Shout out, Try Blogs. What's going on?
Yep. Try vlogs, all right. But yeah, I know. It's morning in the Philippines, also in the Philippines, and I believe India also.
It's the same side of the world.
Yeah.
The sun is on that side right now.
Yep.
Congratulations on getting modded, brother. Welcome to the family.
Exactly. I'm not. One thing I have to say for anybody or everybody that actually has this platform, if you actually good with me, I'm good with you, and I actually give you a mod joint. So whenever I make my first 1,000 or whatsoever, I'll have like maybe 800 mods.
Pretty
So
much.
that's yeah.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
By the time you reach 1,000, you're definitely gonna have 800 mods.
Pretty much. Yeah, I would like to go to that country. Respect to the Philippines.
Respect.
Yep.
Yeah, a little dab emoji. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what's up.
The heat hasn't started yet over
Yeah.
here, but about to.
Yep. Right now we're not right now in the United States. We're in spring, and other places
Yeah.
still summer. So I believe you.
Sheesh, if it's hot now, man, summer's gonna be scorching.
I could imagine.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yep.
Monsoons, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, monsoons. There's like it's like seasonal rains for I guess from the west side of Africa to Asia. Like monsoons, yeah, it's real out there.
So hot with the so much condensation of water that it gets goes out of control.
Yep.
Aren't monsoons like mini tsunamis and many forms of freak waves of water overclashing its land barrier?
Yep.
That's just dangerous, man. That's the truth. Global warming is taking its effect.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Rest in peace to all those that passed.
Big rest in peace. Rest in power to all the Dominicans we
Yeah.
lost at the jet set incident last week. That was terrible, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Beyond belief.
This is crazy, man.
Yep.
All right, it looks like I'm pulling out the emergency stash because this guy's just taking too long, and my PTSD is starting to flare.
Right.
Yep.
Got you.
Let me go get my stuff.
Yeah, cyclones is no joke in Asia. I know that for a fact. No joke in Asia.
Oh man. Or like how I used to say when I used to do the pharmacy radio, I used to say, hit the like button if you feel the vibes. If you don't, then you could just hit that X button and exit out the window. But if you're here, enjoy the vibes. Interact with us, we interact with you. Questions, comments, shout outs, You're live. Take advantage and send someone a shout out. You're live. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage and, express yourself. You're live. Take advantage and, seek something that you haven't found before. Ask that question that you've been asking yourself for the past 2 months. Maybe somebody in the chat or someone here can answer it for you. This is all about, we live in the information age, but there's so much information that escapes us. Asking a simple question amongst the people is how you're going to find out for sure. So, interact. We are here for you. This is beautiful. That's what's up, Jose. Many blessings. Many blessings. And way more to come. That's what's up. Just trying to put my tea together. Tea time. Oh yeah, so correction. Daylight versus Rum Nitty was at the Apollo. They just started streaming it now on YouTube. I think earlier today, but it was definitely the other day here at the Apollo. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see that, man. I heard that battle was crazy. Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Don Jose.
Big time congratulations. But like I said earlier, that's one of many, you know what I'm saying? One of many milestones that will soon reach out of your control. And then you're going to be like, man, I remember when I had this much. Now I'm like, whoa.
Yo, saludo a mi ahijado Leonel. Desde Consuelo.
All right. So shout out to Consuelo. Shout out to SPM.
Saludo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yo,
Yo.
up in Sarmiento. Did you ever know the brothers David and Roberto?
Oh man, there's too many David and Robertos that I know, so it's gonna be hard for me to pinpoint it
Yeah,
out.
the David and Roberto. All right, the David and Roberto, who are brothers to my late cousin Maggie.
I think I know them by face, not necessarily by name, because
All right.
I definitely knew Maggie. May her soul rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those were the people that lived in the part of Sarmiento that was literally the back outskirt of the UCE. Literally the back outskirt of the
Yep.
university. Yep.
Yep. And I was the little kid that was raised with them.
There you go.
A lot of people don't know that.
I have a good
One
memory
day,
of
right?
what.
I was up in
Yeah.
Consuelo. One day I was up in Consuelo, right? And you had somebody who was like I guess the niece of of my aunt's husband, right?
Okay.
So one day when they were talking, it was like, oh, wait a minute, who's he? He was like, wait. He was like, wait a minute, is that little carajito that used to run around and everything like that? But I was like, yep. It was like, I remember him.
That's it.
I was like, dag, how?
That's it.
Yeah. Even when I used to go in Sarmiento, there used to be a big man that he always used to have that comado like on the side and everything. The last time I saw him was in 2012, and he was like, and when he saw me, he was happy to see me because my pops, so it was me and my pops who was walking around there and everything like that. It was like, even my pops was surprised. He was like, "Dang, they love you out here." I was like, "Of course."
That's it.
Yeah. I wonder if he's still alive though. So I have to go and ask my cousins.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna say you'll be surprised because we're definitely not surprised, but COVID took out a lot of people that we grew up under. You know what I'm saying? That we'll just never see again. And it's just
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
sad, bro. It's sad, bro. Like
Yeah.
they really came out with a weaponized virus to try to take out humanity. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Man, I used to go ham about it on my old Facebook page, and now here we are. All that has calmed down, even though it's still around.
Pretty much.
Like, people didn't understand that the whole reason why it was so deadly
Yeah.
is because it was two coronaviruses in one.
Yeah.
It was two types of coronaviruses in one. SARS, you know what
Yep.
I'm saying, and CoV.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Which
had
is
both
actually like
things.
COVID-16 or something like that.
That's wild,
Yeah.
bro. That's wild. You know, SARS is the same equivalent of what we call swine griping, which is a pig flu. You know what I'm saying? So here they are. They made a
Yep.
a weaponized version of swine flu mixed with bird flu, mixed with some other type of coronavirus, and then they just called it COVID-19. Supposedly discovered in 2019, but why was it around already for 2014? Why were there trains of COVID-19, SARS-CoV, whatever you want to call it? Why were there trains of that, going around the United States, just under everybody's nose, no problem?
Yeah. One day I was talking to a coworker, right? And he was saying this was like around maybe November or December 2019. Most of the Chinese people, they actually already had masks before anything. I was
Right.
like, okay, because usually you see that's what they do when they come to the United States. We've been all that, but then it got real. It got so real, right? That I seen when I came to New York, like for the day that I got engaged. I saw like mad people with masks and everything like that. I was like, wow. And then everything's just started shutting down like in March here in Philadelphia.
In February,
Gym
everything
shut
started shutting
down.
down.
Yeah.
To the point that they weren't even letting you get on the train unless you were an essential worker. In my case, I had to pull out my chaplain badge
Sure.
a lot of times just to get on the train. Like, oh, where are you going? None of your business. I'm a city chaplain. I'm a state chaplain. They're like, oh, okay, carry on. I'm like, yeah, you weren't gonna stop me anyway. Thank you.
Right.
If I gotta go somewhere, you're not stopping me from going where I gotta go. Trust me.
Pretty
The only
much.
way you're gonna stop me is if you actually
Pretty much.
detain me, arrest me for something, and I'm not the one to walk around committing crime. So you're not just gonna stop me, detain me for no pleasant or unpleasant reason. I'm not with it. One time,
Right.
when I used to have a car, oh, there's the knock. Be right back.
All right. Well, while Pete is around, anybody got any questions to ask me? O tanto pregun o tanto pregunta.
Sí, que tú llegas a las 8 de la noche y la lobo no me deja mentir. Yo le digo, está bien, yo voy a esperar. Yo quiero estar en entonces me dice, no, que es el camino. Digo, ok, eso fue a las 9:45. Digo, ¿cómo? Son los 10 pico, ¿qué es lo que está pasando? Sí, va a venir. Eso sí es pidió. Son varios. Yo no tengo tu número. Por eso que si yo me comunicaba contigo, y si tú me decías, oye, ven una. La cosa mía ya sabía, para la sala. Dog, be quiet. Mind your business. Mind your business. Oye.
Y para que tú puedas comunicarme cuando él no te conteste o cuando él te dejo así, yo te contesto y yo te atiendo.
Sí, pues mira, yo estoy haciendo lo que le estaba explicando a él. Yo estoy haciendo un programa de radio.
Okay.
¿Me entiendes? I'm gonna go mute for 2 seconds.
All right, está todo, hermano.
All right. That was the delivery guy. Delivery touchdown.
Right.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go through the process of weighing these things and making sure that they're correct.
Got you.
But finally, man, it feels like I've been waiting for 1,000 years. Well, my body cannot last 1,000 years.
Right.
That's a verse that I learned in DR actually. No hay mal que dure 100 años ni cuerpo que lo aguante. There isn't a bad that could last 100 years or a body that could resist it. And I was like, wow, that's deep. So in other words, no matter how bad your sorrows are, it can't last 100 years. It can't last a lifetime. You're gonna have to shake out of it eventually.
Pretty much.
Hi, Tigger.
All right.
Hi, Mama.
Oh.
Hi. I got the gray cat here, but she doesn't like getting lifted. Meow.
Oh.
Hi, Kaka.
Yeah, well.
All
right.
Yeah, I got my gray cat. She doesn't like being lifted at all.
Oh. Well, at
Yeah,
least you can show her. So at least.
Yeah, this is the cat that only chills with me when I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm like, is this cat telling me I'm a shitty owner, or is this cat letting me know that she's a shitty cat?
Right.
Hi, Mama. Like, she only plays with me if I'm sitting down. Like, she's legit scared of me. If I'm walking, she's running. She don't want nothing to do with me. The other black cat's the same way too. Only if she's like sitting down somewhere and I approach her softly, she'll wait there for me. But if I approach like how I normally walk, nah, they be running away from me. They think I'm gonna eat them or something. Right. I'm not gonna eat you cats. I don't eat cat. Well, not feline anyway.
Right.
Just being honest.
Hey, I'm the same way.
It is what it is. What it be, what it do.
Like, shoot.
What it do, what it is, what it be.
Exactly. I remember back in my single days, right? For some strange reason, I never advertised it or nothing, but women always knew. I don't know how.
They say because us Dominicans are hungry all the time. They say it's because we're dumb in a can, so we don't know what we do and we just want to do it and that's it. I'm like, I don't know about that. We can't all be dumb in a can.
I don't know about that.
We can't all be dumb in a can, man. Some of us are dumb outside of a
right?
can.
Exactly. And it's like with me, right? It's like when I was in my 20s, right? I kid you not. I had cars, I had boatload of cars of girls that when I started growing my beard, that was like, yo, is it true what they say about guys with beards? I was like, there's only one way to find out, so give me your number.
And I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like there's only one way to find out.
Shout out to my homie Main DBR. Main WBR. Right. So,
shout out.
And that's on Instagram.
That's wow, wow, wow. Let me find a way. El Cocolo 23, mi hermano, amor, saludo.
Hey, Saludos, hermano, ¿cómo está? Yo voy a regalar una cosa para usted, hermano.
Wifey.
Saludos, ¿cómo está la vaina en San Pedro?
Ahí tiene la llavecita al lado de de tu nombre. Eso significa que ahora tú eres un supervisor del chat. ¿Tú me entiendes? Bienvenido a la familia de supervisores.
All right. Estoy aquí. Pedro dice, hacen una cosa ahora. Got you.
Let's go. Phone call done. Phone call done. Yeah. All right. Cocoro, ¿está ahí todavía? So I just sent Cocolo the in studio link through WhatsApp. um, I don't know if he's still in the chat. All I know is that in DR sometimes it gets too loud, and I know where he lives at. There's like 3 different bodegones, and they got the music amped all the way up. So it's hard for him to go on studio time and not come across something. Let me see some. All right, so the bro can't come up today. He's working. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's cool. No, todo tiene su tiempo debajo del sol. Everything has its time under the sun. That's for sure. Todo tiene su tiempo debajo del sol. Esa es la realidad de la vida. I don't want to hit that chat because that person's going to know that I saw that chat. Back in the days when Facebook Messenger was still, in beta testing or not as advanced as it is now, when someone would send you a message through Messenger and you wanted to see the message completely in its entirety, sometimes you can't see the whole message through a notification. If you wanted to see the whole message without letting the person know that you saw the message, you literally had to go into airplane mode, turn on your Wi-Fi. Well, not even turn on the Wi-Fi. Go into airplane mode, click on the message. It'll show you the message. You click back out, marked as unread, and then you turn on your Wi-Fi again. You get off of airplane mode, so your Wi-Fi, whatever, your data. And once it does that, it refreshes showing that you haven't seen it, but through the system on the other side, it doesn't let them know that you saw it. Because when you saw it offline. Facebook found out that people were doing that on some undercover coding and decided, nope, even if you check it on airplane mode, they're going to let you know on the other side that it was seen. So they ended that code real quick. They ended that code real quick. Where is... Let's see. Where is... I know my boy Castle has to be out and about drinking the night away because that's what he does. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see what he says here. Nope, no answer. Okay. Let's see what this person's doing. That's three different people that I called. Nobody picking up. That's crazy. I'll be forgetting how mundane some people are that come Friday night, they can't hold back and they have to go out and party, or they have to go out and do something. Not criticizing, not judging, not my job, not my thing either. Um, I wish everyone a safe night wherever you are, out in the street, in the club, studio, at a friend's house, at a relative's house, doing fellowship, doing, start working on a relationship, whatever it is that you're doing this Friday night, this Holy Friday, or Good Friday, like some will say. Um, I just hope with I hope with every fiber of my being that you're being safe. Violence is not the answer to anything. Violence just brings upon more violence. So wherever you at, enjoy your night, enjoy it in peace, enjoy it in love and respect. That's basically it. That's basically what I'm gonna say for now. Yeah. I have to save a phone number. Where is my phone? Contact, add contact. Before I lose this number. All right. So I'm gonna tell you like this. This is not a promotion in any way. This is not no type of ad service or fan ad service or anything. But I must say, as expensive as having a line is with Verizon, all Verizon phones are compatible with Wi-Fi calling to the extent where your phone can be disconnected and it'll still work on Wi-Fi. I mean, phone calls and text, and that is incredible. Other phone companies don't allow you to because they feel like they're gonna lose out. But since they have you on contract, technically they have you by the balls. They figure, sure, we'll let you have some limited type of use of service, and they still expect payment. And that's why everybody is something. Wow. That's the in living color version of MJ when they were doing the black and white skit. Hilarious. What am I missing here? I'm missing my box and I'm missing a bag. Yes. Get the party done. Microphone is off. There you go. Microphone is off again. Yep. Microphone is off again. Yo, the mic keeps turning on and off. Glitching over there. Glitching. I don't hear nothing, bro. No se oye nada.
To go and I had to go and just I just had to go
I
back
hear you now.
at it again. So yep.
You over here talking with the mic saying that it's off, it's on, off it on. I'm over here thinking of that song de lo compadre. No me diga na, no me diga, no me diga na, no me diga. I'm like, yo, what's going on over here? No me diga na, no me diga, no me diga na, no me diga, no me diga na. I'm like, yo, what's going on over here? Lo lo le lo le. Lo, lo, le, lo, la.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, those songs were crazy, man. So simple, so heartfelt though. Like all these songs now, they're so like dumb or complicated or just with no essence. Those songs from back in the days, wow.
Yeah, it was like, for example, right? Like they have this challenge on YouTube, right? Of this Puerto Rican chick that she's actually having a song that's cursing, and to see how shocked that the parents would actually be. And it was like, yo, what the heck? And the chick is only 19 singing this. I was like, what the heck? I send you the song after her, and you be like, yo, this joint is so stupid. So talking about old songs. Out of your grandmother,
oh Lord,
which ones had the most oldest records ever? We're talking
I don't
about
know
the
which
1950s.
I don't know which one had the most records ever, but I know that there was one artist from San Pedro that everybody knows. That he was chasing after my grandma. He was madly in love with my grandma, and my grandpa wasn't having that. Rest in peace, bachatero, bohemista, bohemio, Marino Perez. Yeah, Marino Perez.
That's
Marino Perez from San Pedro, bro. He is one of the biggest legends of bachata ever. One of the biggest legends of bohemian music ever. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My grandma is literally
those
Go ahead, bro.
It was like my mother, right? This guy's name will be etched in Dominican history whatsoever, and you can look him up. So one day, before my mother passed and everything, I was like, "Yo, mom, is this guy was your substitute teacher back in the day?" So she listened to the song. She was like, "Oh, where did you found this at?" I was like, "I just found it." The guy who was from San Pedro, which a lot of people don't give a lot of props to, is Tirso Guerrero.
Okay, Tirso.
Yeah. He was actually one of the first that made the songs with Trio Reynoso. and he actually was signed to a music company in Spain
Copy.
during I guess the 40s, 50s. Yeah.
What about our boy Rey Reyes? Rey Reyes was the
Yes.
guy that sang the song Patios, Batallas y Callejones, de Quiqueya son los sones. Yeah, man. He
Yep.
talks about San Pedro mad times in that track. Because for those that don't know, Quisqueya la Bella is a
Exactly.
reference to the Dominican Republic, but Quisqueya la Bella is a direct reference to San Pedro, where the first shout of liberty was shouted at. You know what I'm saying? So Quisqueya la Bella, shout out to Loyano. You know what I'm saying? Shout
Yep.
out to shout out to San Pedro, bro. We on the map since a long time ago. We on the map since a long
Basically.
time ago. For real.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Quick question.
Hit me.
When you used to when you and Ruby Peters used to speak, right? Did he ever
Rest in
tell
peace.
you why the reason he rest in peace, that he actually stood in San Pedro in the first place?
Listen, let me tell you something. Ruby Perez had like 5 houses, bro. Okay, because this is what you do when you're smart with your money.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, why have a house in just one place? He had a house,
Mm-hmm.
and he would be at the house where his next show would be at. So if he had a show in La Romana, he would stay in his house in San Pedro. If he had a show in Barahona, he would stay in his house in Asua.
Right.
If he had a show in Puerto Plata, he would stay at his house in Santiago.
Right.
So he had houses everywhere, bro. Ruby Perez was a smart man.
Mm.
He was a smart man. He said
Yep.
that when he told me personally, wow, I got goosebumps. He told me personally, the way I adjusted my life to my career was by keeping things simple and by being relaxed. If I ever felt tension in something, I would pray to God to take my tension away, and or I would find a way to relax myself. Because when you go on stage with any kind of tension or anxiety, it knots up your throat and it mixes up your vocals. And I said,
Yep.
this is why most artists will tell young artists coming up, when you're on stage, don't look at the crowd because you're going to get scared. There's more of them than there is you, but they're here to see you. So don't exalt yourself over them. No te enalteces sobre ello, but let them be your battery. They're cheering for you. Let them be your battery. And while that battery is plugged in, have all the energy that they're sending to you. And I'm like, wow, okay. So Ruby didn't leave
Yeah.
without dropping some jewels. I'm happy I was one of the reciprocators of those jewels. Mi condolencia
Yep.
a la familia Pérez. ¿Qué le puedo decir, mi gente? Vamos a estar bien. No voy a decir que el mismo amor que ustedes le tienen a Ruby, el mismo amor que yo le tengo a él, pero ese amor de familia está y nunca se irá. Así que mis bendiciones y paz para ustedes. Amén. Word.
I mean,
Yeah, man. It's not easy losing anybody, man. Grieving is, let me tell you like this, man. Grieving is bad, bro. Grieving is terrible. You know what I'm saying? You could have been spending that time, happy,
yeah.
With a smile or praying to God or doing something. Instead, you're stuck grieving because of something that happened. Yes, it's something that overpowers us. Yes, it's
Yeah.
something that's out of our control. So as humans, we feel weak at the moment because it's like, man, I couldn't do anything about that. Man, I couldn't I couldn't get a word in. Oh man, that person left and I didn't get to say bye. Like, yo, it's just too many things, bro. I'm still not over Freddy Gorman. And now Ruby, bro. Like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm not a realist. I'm a realist. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I was in the military. I understand life and death pretty well. You know, it's not being biased or having favoritism, but it shocks me when it's one of mine. It shocks me more when it's one of mine. Like, I feel for life. You know what I'm saying? I feel for people when they say, oh, this person passed away. I feel for them because I've been through it. But when it's really someone of mine, like, I don't just feel it 10 times more. Like, sometimes my PTSD kicks in and it's like, I want to fight death itself. Like, man, let's fight. And if I win, you got to give me that person back. Oh, and what if you die? Then I died, whatever. Mm-hmm. But understanding spirituality, there is no man that can fight death. Okay, that person doesn't exist. The only person that was able to fight death because they were sent by God was Yeshua. Because he had the gift of life. I'm not saying the gift of life like we have that we breathe. No. Mm-hmm. Él tenía el don de la vida. Estamos hablando de dos cosas diferentes. I'm not talking about having the gift of life that you can breathe in the present, and that's why you're alive. I'm talking about he had the God-given gift of life to where he can give life, to where he can help you repent of your past ways and breathe in you a fresh new air of life. Yep. That's a whole different ballgame. So this is why he was able to resurrect on the day, because the gift of life snapped in him and it shook him out. Yep. In Matthew, a lot of people read over this and don't understand it. In Matthew, it says that when the Lord died, the veil was ripped, the veil was torn, right? And when it was torn, there was an earthquake, and there were bodies of people that resurrected. There were bodies of people that resurrected. Yep. Meaning that Jesus, Yeshua's descend down to the Middle Earth or to El Seol. His power on the way down was so crazy that anyone he bumped into on the way down resurrected. Yo. Yep. Yo. That's just one of those. It's like, what? He did what? Sheesh. Hallelujah. He did what? You know, and for those that just don't believe in those kind of miracles, hey, I understand you're gonna read the Bible. But what can we do? Because honestly, if you don't believe in miracles, that means that you haven't read the miracles that our Father used to do when we were under his divine holy government. We're still under his holy government, but we're under the grace now. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't see us for our sins. You know what I'm saying? He sees us. When he sees us, he sees the blood of his son that has washed us from our sins. So when he sees us, he sees Jesus. I hope people are understanding this. Yep. When we come to, he knows we're sinners, obviously. But when we come to him as sinners and pray, he doesn't see us praying. He sees his son's sacrifice. He sees his son. That's beautiful. I wish people could understand that a little more. God is waiting for you to talk to him. Not no religious constant prayer that's the same thing monotonously. No, he wants to talk to you. He wants you to talk to him. He already knows your problems. He already knows what ails you. He already knows your tribulations. But he wants you to tell him about it. Because when you tell him about it, he's going to move his hand. Yep. And when he does, when God lifts his flag up against whatever you're going through, you're going to see the opposition run. And you're going to give him his glory. Bro, it's just times have changed. People really have lost faith. Amen. It's bad out here. People are so quick to believe in a horoscope or to believe in scary movies before they believe in the Bible. I'm like, how you believe a scary movie, but you don't believe the Bible? Oh, wasn't the Bible written by a man? Yeah, wasn't that movie written by a man that wasn't inspired by the Holy Spirit? Like, sheesh. Exactly. The Bible at least was
Mhm.
men inspired by the Holy Spirit. You're gonna tell me that a movie has more faith in you than, and this is why some movies become cults, because people start pledging their faith to these movies so hard, that now you have a cult of this, a cult of that, cult of Jason, cult of Chucky, cult of Freddy. You got all these people that start worshiping and idolizing these characters, that were somebody else's imagination. But
Yeah,
Fero,
and it's to me, right? Fatal, and it's to me, right? When you actually
yeah.
see certain people that they have their their likes and stuff. Yeah, I might like an artist, but to me to go around and call myself up, hey, I'm like, no, they're just a man just like me. So that's the way I see it.
You like Fatal just said, Terminator. You know what I'm saying? The Terminator series, like that's a cult. And then I said anime as well. Anime has such a huge cult following that some shows have already stopped airing, and people still worship these shows. I mean, worship, not that they idolize, that they love it. No, they idolize that they worship the show. What is cosplay? Honestly, cosplay is you pretending to be
Or
somebody,
and then
an alter ego. You're not supposed to have an ego. Why have an altered
nah,
one?
the thing is though now in how should I say in Japan, right? Their movement now, I think, is like a person who watch anime too much or something like that. They call themselves otaku. I mean, I was into anime, but not that much on how people were.
I love anime. I ain't even gonna front, but I don't worship it.
Like, I can't. I love anime too. Me
I don't
neither.
worship it though. That's all. That's the only difference. I love anime, but I don't worship it. I'm a big Bleach fan, but I'm not gonna fight tooth and nail for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
a
worship. That's
big
too weird. I'm like think about it.
yo.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-mm. I just love the action. That's it.
Man, Bleach, bro. The
Yep.
sword fighting action. Love Bleach. I love Samurai X, Ryo Kenshin,
Right.
um,
Yep.
Afro Samurai.
Yep.
Bro, there's so many
Yep.
animes out there. Yo, Caballero del
Yeah.
Zodiaco, bro. The Knights of Zodiac. Dragon Ball. But like I said, all these animes have a cult
Yes.
following so hard that people really put candles up and pray to Goku. People really put candles up and pray to Saint Seiya, like if Saint Seiya is a saint from somewhere.
Sure.
I'm
I'm
telling you,
I'm I'm
bro.
not that dedicated to anime.
Yo, these people are
I
dedicated.
know, but I'm like when I see people doing that,
That's when I
and
strategically back
then
away.
the guys who I consider, yeah. Now you know which has a cult following to this day, and the guy passed away, and they still have a cult following.
Yeah.
The Trekkies.
The who?
When they start talking Klingon, I'm like, that's how I know that you're very y'all go around and talk a made up language that we ain't got nothing of like that. It was like, hey, I speak English and Klingon. I'm
Oh,
looking at it
Cleon.
like, is that even
Yeah,
a real
that's
language?
funny. That's funny.
Yeah. No. And then somebody's like, hey,
Yeah, that's funny. I know for sure when Shion Chuck Norris, when Chuck Norris passes away, his legacy and legend is gonna stand strong as a cult. Only for the simple fact that so many people love Chuck Norris and they don't even know why they love Chuck Norris.
right.
Besides the fact being the only man that can swim in land, like a land shark.
Mm-hmm.
Besides being the
Yep.
only man on earth that the boogeyman is scared of. Yes, and this is Dawn. You see that comment that Fatal just said right now? The Rocky film series, they have a Rocky statue instead of the real boxer. You know what I'm saying? And PA, this is PA. That's hilarious. They have a whole Rocky statue at the end of those steps.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But they don't have a real.
They moved it.
They moved it, but they don't have a real dedication to the real Italian stallion. Like, that's wild, man. That is just
Yeah, they do because the thing is though, the reason why they did it is like Sylvester Stallone, every few years, he be actually coming to Philadelphia, either for a Creed movie or something like that. And it was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago that he came when I guess it was like the Creed 3 movie or whatsoever. So when he actually came out for the Creed 3 movie and stuff, doing the PR release, like I've seen, like I was running, and there was a time that they had the Rocky statue like right up in the Rocky steps. Now they moved it. So they moved it to like I guess another near museum or something like that. So, but I've seen it. I was like, okay. I ran the Rocky steps with my sister.
There you go.
I was like, that's why I was like, hey.
There's a huge cult following to that too. Period. There's people that go to the steps and run the Rocky steps. And do the whole the whole dance when they get on the at the end, like just like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got people that aren't from New York or from the Bronx, doing trying to imitate the Joker when he was coming down the steps that they bring you from Anderson Avenue. You know what I'm saying, down to to Jerome. In the Bronx, they call it the Joker steps. I'm like, that ain't no Joker steps. I've been up and down those steps my whole life. That was never the Joker steps. Now all of a sudden, now it's the Joker steps.
Thank you. Nah, you know what's funny, right? Is that when you see a lot of people who ain't from the hood or whatsoever, they trying to do that Joker dance and stuff. The next thing you know, they'll be the ones that be getting thrown out. Or trash being thrown at them. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, because
that's like
honestly,
the most Bronx thing you could do to a person.
Honestly, bro, those side steps right there going up or going down, they're in between a few buildings. And those buildings, it's by their windows. People throw stuff out the window all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're in here in the middle of the steps and you're playing loud music.
No, but I'm saying
trying to imitate some Joker stuff, for some TikTok or whatever it is that you're doing. People are going to get mad eventually. Like, oh, these people are still doing that? Here goes a carton of eggs. Well, maybe not eggs now because eggs are expensive.
Yeah, it might be tomatoes and rotten tomatoes and such.
Sheesh. Eggs are to the point where they're as expensive as a bullet in DR. Talking about just one. Much. Just one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember my uncle arguing with somebody on the block in San Pedro in Barrio Mexico. He was arguing with somebody, and my uncle pulls out his gun and goes, "You know what? I'm gonna put my gun away because you're not worth the 39 pesos for that bullet." I started crying, laughing. I'm like, wow.
Damn.
He's like, you know what? You're not worth the 39 pesos I paid for that bullet. I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm really done.
Damn.
Like one bullet? Just one bullet's 39 pesos? Sheesh.
Yeah, but then it might be higher now.
It has to be higher now. It has to be because everything, this fluctuation of prices and inflation and all that, it's just ridiculous. It has to be more now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Only difference is for some people that don't know about ammunition, they'll turn around and buy cheap ammunition because, it was cheaper. They're not knowing that they're getting less grains of gunpowder in the projectile itself. So when it comes down to you needing to use it, they don't work accurately or properly because it's a low grain. It's not reaching as far as you want it to. It doesn't have as much power as you want it to because you bought the cheap stuff. The cheap
Yeah,
stuff is
pretty
not always
much.
the way to go.
Mm-mm.
Just saying. Everybody loves a bargain, but the
Yep.
cheap stuff is not always the way to go.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. So, what's on the agenda for tomorrow?
I don't know what's on the agenda. I think I might just you know, just pick my wife up and just have like a nice chill day. What's the agenda for you tomorrow?
I might hit the dojo tomorrow.
That's a good agenda.
Yeah, I hit the dojo tomorrow. Yeah, so I have a follow up appointment with my primary care on Tuesday. You know,
Hmm.
that's gonna provide the other paperwork and stuff that I need, you know, for the physical therapy reference and you know, if I need an MRI, obviously to find out which nerves are the ones that are being affected. So everything is falling into place the way it should.
Hmm.
It's crazy how certain things take time, and then it's crazy how time just takes certain things. Mm.
Yes.
Or like my or like my step or what my stepson said one time. Good night, Jose. My stepson one time said, "Sometimes you got to get
Okay.
close to see, and sometimes you got to see to get close." And I said, "Hey, that's a good
Yep.
one."
Hmm. Yeah.
Truly.
Yep.
Sometimes you need to see to get close, and sometimes you need to get close to see. That couldn't be
Agreed.
more accurate. That couldn't be more accurate.
Exactly.
Just, I looked at him. He was like 17 when he said that. I looked at him and I said, "Bro, where'd you get that knowledge from?" He said, "I just made it up right now." I'm like, "Wow, you just dropped a jewel on me right now.
Nice.
That was pretty good." He goes, "Yeah, yeah, I'm trying." I'm like, "Good, good."
Hmm.
I like to make I like to make a proverb out of things that are happening at the moment. So that's what he knows me for. You know what I'm saying? I would turn around and
Yep.
something would happen and I'd make a proverb out of it right there. And he'd be like, "Oh, cool, cool." And he turned around at that moment, hit me with his own proverb. I said, "All right, there you go. There you go. That sounds good.
Hmm.
Sounds good, my friend. Sounds good."
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Mm. Yeah, bro.
Yep.
Yep, yep, yep. Hey, yo. Dom is chilling. Pete is chilling. What more can I say? Top billing. That's what we got. We got it good. And if you understood, that Stay in Love remix was pretty cool when it came out.
Yep.
Yeah. Wyclef came out with a version of Staying Alive that was pretty cool. I
Exactly. I
know.
remember that.
Yeah, I know it got a lot of plays. So, but that song got a lot of plays because it was fit for the moment, you know.
Yep.
What more can I say? We live in. And that's what we got. We got it good. And if you
Yep.
understood,
Yo, Herbie, I gotta ask you a question. What's been going on in these YouTube streets?
I'm done. What is going on in these YouTube streets, man?
Yeah. Because all I hear, like on my YouTube feed, is they still talking about that dang case with
Which?
with Big
Oh,
U and Black 100.
wow.
Yeah.
So no conclusions, huh?
I mean, to me, is this they're having a lot of conclusions, and you got certain players that are actually doing the stupidest thing. They call in and then they recording the calls that they have with their with their loved ones or whatsoever. The next thing you know, they'll be like, oh, this person's here. This person here is talking about his cousin stuff and self incriminating. And I'm like, yo, it's like too much, and and you're not really getting a clear story on what is what. Tell you the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just one of those. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like these scammers out here, man, doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You got these AI scammers calling you, trying to get you to speak at least 2 sentences so that they can use those words and AI reproduce your voice to then start calling your family members on your contacts asking for help so that they can send money to a certain account that's not your account.
Yo, remember I told you that one of my haters, they went up and they tried to actually listen on my lives, so they could try to reproduce my voice, so they could actually use my voice to call Trump Towers.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's loco de la locura.
verdad, hermano.
For real, for real. That's one of those like my grandpa used to say, pero por qué?
Yeah, it's like for these past 5 days.
Pero por qué?
Pretty much, that's how you know that we're from San Pedro. My pop said the same thing.
Yeah, pero ven acá.
They'll say
Pero
that with the quickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero ven acá, pero por qué?
Ven acá, hijo. ¿Qué locura que tú hablas? I'm like, I don't know that. But you know what it is.
Pero por qué? Word, pero por qué? Like, what?
Yo,
Like, what are you talking about? Wait, pero por qué?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
That's how you know.
For real. Pero por qué?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. That is the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yep.
Everybody is something wild.
Yep.
Yeah, I was asking my daughter for a Ziploc bag because we used to have a bunch of them. And now all of a sudden there's none. I'm like, wait, what? How does that work? Because if they weren't used, how were they used? That's what I want to know. All right. Back in 2 seconds. Let me see. Fine.
Yes, the person that I wanted to come here. Yo, the link is on the description. I'll just put it right here. All right, bet. Yeah, Toro. All you got to do is press the link. You could you can log in with your YouTube or your Facebook, and then you could be on the panel.
I'm here. I'm back. I am back. Yo, shout out to the bro El Toro.
Yep.
423, you already? We out here.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Copy. You gonna pull up to the studio when you're done eating my flesh? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Somebody just hit me up on WhatsApp. I'm gonna mute for a second.
Yeah, I'm about to mute you. I'm about to just get me some more tea.
Copy that. Copy that.
All right, so I'm back. Yo, shout out to anybody that's listening on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. I'd like to shout out to one of my own favorite artists that I've been doing for a while. Shout out to Fredo Belsatin. Shout out to Huda. Shout out to everybody that's going to come and support. And even though if you're in the clouds, keep supporting. Yeah, so we could just vibe out to the music. All right, I'm back.
All right, my brother. I was on the phone with El Cocolo 23.
Yeah.
He's doing his
How
thing.
he's doing?
He's doing all right. He's doing all right. He's doing all right. He you could say he finished grieving.
Yeah, because I talked to him a little bit earlier about the show, so you know.
I saw him pull up. You know, so then I was asking him like, "Yo, you pulling up to the studio?" He's like, "Nah, I can't right now. I'm working." I'm like, "All right, that's what's up." All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
He was with some people. I called him through video. He was with some people. And he was telling them, "Yo, you know who that is?" And they're like, "Nah." That you never heard of Pedrito? And they're like, "Nah, you sure, bro? Because everybody knows who this man is." And I'm like, "Yo, chill." It's like everybody knows who this man is. I'm like, "Chill, bro, chill." Anybody in San Pedro that's doing something right now of whatever, if they from the 90s and 2000s early, they know who I am. I stood up against the wave of violence.
It's fun. Yo, talking about that Ruby Perez concert. I'm just saying, because I know what I was wearing that night.
Okay, me too.
You didn't see any tall dude that had braids back in the day?
There was a few. Not everybody had braids back in those days, but there was a few.
No, I'm talking about the Ruby Perez concert.
Yeah, there was a few people there. There was a few people there that were tall with braids. There was a few.
Yeah. No, was it? No. I'm trying to think. Did I have braids in 02 or was it 03? Because I remember that I was tall and I had like my head. Let me see. Was it 03, 02? Because I know that my mom went up and gave me a bad haircut back in the day. So, trying to remember.
All I know for sure is that in the early 2000s, people that were, you know, traveling would come with braids. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden now braids became a trend, but it wasn't like that before. Just like the do-rags, like that wasn't a thing before.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, you got arrested by. Yeah, and it was like around 05. Me and my mom. It was between 03 and 05. Me and my mom, we actually brought packs of them just for my little cousins. Well, they're big cousins right now, but you know, for my little cousins and everything like that. Yeah, God bless them. Yeah. Because I know that I knew it was like me and my homegirl Fina. We went to that concert. I remember that for a fact because the Potros de Caballos came. It was like before or afterwards. I just don't remember. But I was at that concert too. Were you, Pedro?
I was outside.
I mean, for the Potros.
Yeah, for the Potros de Caballo, I was outside because I shook hands with them even through that sun. I was outside though. I wasn't inside.
Yeah. All right. No, I was inside for both. So I'm trying to remember the one that I went with my mother. I think was the one with the Potros. And then the one with Ruby Perez, I think it was one that I went with my homegirl Fina. Shout out to her, by the way.
Shout out. Oh man, bro.
Yeah.
You said Ruby better, and my heart sank for a second. I had a reality check, like, oh damn. Reality check, bro. Sheesh. I ain't never gonna see my bro again, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That right there, just like, whoa. I don't know if he was able to do it yet or if he already did it. But I remember one time he told me that he was gonna dedicate an album to the Lord.
Well,
I don't know if he ever
before
got
he
to
passed
it.
away, he was actually singing this.
Go ahead, brother. What are you saying?
I know that he had a Christian song before he passed away. I know that he had a Christian song before he recorded a Christian song before he passed away. So I guess he was actually going to try to do that.
Word. Because you know the following that comes from people that were blessed by the Lord with a certain talent. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden they turn around and they come to church, they bring it to church. And it's like, people follow. And you know how many Juan Luis Guerra fans started coming to church because that song Avipa, that was crazy. Everybody started singing that.
Yep.
Same thing with Biko C. At one point, Biko C was inspired.
That's why sometimes I'll be with my mother-in-law.
He was inspired by the Lord, and he turned around and came out with that whole album Humolandia, Vengo como explosión, and that whole album was fire, bro. Explosión, Humolandia, all those songs were fire, all of them. Libro controversial, fire. Te gusta el plomo, plomo, y lo vas a coger por la cabeza y por el pecho te van a prender. Te gusta el plomo, plomo, y lo vas a probar y para siempre te vas a quemar. Bro, that was fire. That was fire. That whole album was fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just to throw it off,
yes, it was.
The last song was a song that was a ballad that he turned into like a reggae. And I thought that concept was fire. I respected it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the song A Partir Un Beso y Una Flor. That song is fire. That reggae version of that song is fuego. Word. Al Partir.
Yep.
Yeah. That song was fuego. And then they started making funny versions out of it that was funny too.
Yep. Yeah.
My homeboys used to sing Al partir un pan con salchichón. I used to start laughing. I'm like, bro, that's not the lyrics. Like, what are y'all doing?
No.
Yo.
What had me laugh? What had me and my compadre laughing one day, right? Yo, shout out to my compadre Roberto. We was watching. One day, me and my mom was watching Santo Domingo in Vita. Well, was it Santo Domingo in Vita? It was one of those Dominican shows in the capital, right?
Yeah.
So that they're just part of the that they try to act like there was part of the LGBT mafia, right?
Yeah.
The Rainbow Mafia. So when these guys started rapping, it sounded like there were women just talking gospel. I forgot what their name was, but me and my me and my compadre, we were just laughing. It was like yeah.
Yo, that's funny. I remember growing up with Miguel Cepeda, Remen Pozo, Grupo Explosión, before, way before their maturity, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Back when it was really plebe, it was really bad. Way before maturity, because now Raymond Pozo has a poem to the conscience of the Christian mind that, bro, that poem is amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, bro, this man could easily be one of the most brilliant minds of DR, and he's really like underrated. Yeah, they give him his respect as a comedian, but they're not giving him his respect as an innovator. Like his mind is precious, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to make fun of all the songs I ever heard in the world after that because of them. I used to love how they would make fun of all the commercials, and they would make fun of everything, bro. Oh my gosh. The creativity behind it. Like, you really got to be sitting around doing nothing. Mm-hmm. Just come around with this stuff. I guess that's what they was doing. Because honestly, bro, yeesh, man. I applaud the creativity. It's just wow. I remember the commercial for a laundry soap called Bol Azul. It's a ball that you can literally use, to wash plates or wash clothes with. Yo, they turned around and made the song Bol Azul and turned it into Mangu. I'm like, what are they doing? and they took the same jingle of the song and just switched up the words. I'm like, yo, that's amazing. I remember it T to T just because how funny it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Everything to the Cesar Iglesias part. De Cesar Iglesias, calidad de gente que progresan. Like, that was the Cesar Iglesias jingle for all the commercials. And they even came up with something that was template for that. I was like, wow. Que abusivos son esta gente. These people are mental abusers. Wow. I remember laughing so hard. Like, wow. They really said that, huh? So I don't remember the commercial properly for Bol Azul, but I do remember the funny version, which is the Mi Mangu. And it's just so funny, bro. It's so funny. Just to spit a little bit of it.
Yep.
The first part and the last part. It was porque lo busco en casa, yo sigo con mi mangú. A mí me gusta mucho de yuca, yo sigo con mi mangú. A mí me gusta más de papa, yo sigo con mi mangú. Yo, it was hilarious. Mangú que rinde vecina, seguro que mi mangú. And then here you go with the jingle that they even improvised that. Yo sigo con mi mangú. Pues vete a la iglesia a ver si el padre te confiesa. I'm like, yo, I'm done.
I know.
Instead of de César Iglesia, calidad de gente que progresan, they said, pues vete a la iglesia a ver si el padre te confiesa. Wow. The creativity behind that, like, I don't care how lazy you think that person is. That person was doing something. That person was working. Let him cook. Let him cook. That person was cooking. Yo, there was a commercial they used to give on Channel 11 and on Channel 13, and it was a man walking with his son like through the woods, and the dad would look back and say, "Son, be careful where you step," and the son would say, "Dad, you be careful because I'm following your steps." The deepest message ever. Beautiful message. Everybody understood that. They gonna turn around and parry it. They said, "Mijo, ten cuidado donde pisa. Papi, ten cuidado tú, porque ya yo me cagué los pies." I was like, I'm done. So in translation, it's like the father looks back at the son and says, "Son, be careful where you step." And the son says, "Dad, you be careful, because I already got poop in my feet." Yo, unbelievable. 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 And the creativity, man, it just keeps going on and on. They used to do the La Lotería del Campo. I used to love that. La Lotería del Campo, Cabo de la Guardia.
Yes.
You know, Boquepiano. They used to do all types of stuff. Cambombito.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guy from Do Piña con Moña. Do Piña con Moña. Do Piña con Moño. En el cumpleaños de Ñoño.
Y'all remember that song? Vizcaíno.
Yeah. Do Piña con Moño. I'm like, come on, bro. You know what song was more famous than that and made less sense? One more time. Chacarón,
yeah, Chacarón.
Chacarón. So, here we go. Just talking reality. Was that song foreshadowing that mumble rap was going to take over the industry? Right? Mind blown. Like,
no, the guy, I guess. I mean, if you actually look at it, right, he just went up and did that because, from what the story I heard, he was like, "Yo, the guy, I guess they call him Chaka." Yeah, he was like, "Oh, the whole song was on Shark Around," but then Dominican Spanish, nobody was gonna remember it anyway. It was like Chacarón. I was like, I used to hate that song. It was funny, but you used to hate it because it just got annoying after a while.
Yeah, but the name of the song was Chacarón. It wasn't Shark Around. The name of the song was Chacarón.
Yeah, I know.
So
Chacarón, exactly, I know.
That was funny, man. That song beat the song before that was killing it, that was senseless, was the Dame del Pollito. Dame del pollito. Dame del pollito.
Yes. Dame del pollito.
Oh my gosh, bro. El pollito es bueno. El pollito es rico. Dame el pollito. Yo, That song got banned at one point. So did La Vaca. La Vaca got banned at one point. El Venao got banned at one point.
Remember that band. Remember that song Lo Cuero?
Yeah.
That everybody used to play up in New York.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Lo Cuero. Yeah.
Yeah, that song got banned at one point too. It got blacklisted. People would still play it. You know, cops wouldn't stop to tell you to take it off, but it got blacklisted. The only time cops would come hard about music is if there was politicians walking around. If something was on the blacklist, they would make sure for you to put it out. Because, you know, there's politicians walking around. They got to seem like they're doing their job.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you remember Cuentos de la Cripta, El Gato Volador? El Gato Volador. Miau, El Gato Volador. El Gato Volador. Hubo una fiesta en mi casa. Llegó Tom y Jerry. Llegó Tom Gato. Llegó. He started talking about a whole bunch of cats. Pero solo faltaba un gato. ¿Sabe quién es? El Gato Volador. Meow. I'm like, yo, that's funny. That's crazy. What other songs in DR were popular for no reason? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
The more simpler the song was, the more popular it became. It was like, what is going on here? You know, I was mad with the El Pollito because El Pollito, the whole 70% of the song was piri pipi, piri pipi, piri pipi. That was 70% of the song. Piri pipi, piri pipi, piri pipi. I'm like,
yeah, pretty much.
That same dude came out with other songs that were also simple songs. Comete un chicle. Comete un chicle. I'm like, really? Comete un chicle? Really?
Oh yeah. Like, I remember that song. I'm like, I was like, annoying.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what you mean? Comete un chicle? Like, what you got going on over here? Comete un chicle. Oye, ahora. Your boy Toro's still eating. He must be eating a feast.
Yeah.
Must be having a feast.
Yo, my mom Dukes used to always say this, and that's how you know it's like the old West Indian saying. She used to say, "In this house is always feast, and there's always famine."
Pretty much.
And me and my sister, right? We was not like regular kids. We were not like regular kids, right? You don't like how kids they go and they drink Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know what you were about to say.
It was milk. So
listen, our Kool-Aid in San Pedro was Kool-Aid inside a bottle of anís. And we used to call it anís Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Walking around with
I drink that sometimes, but it's not like
what? That was youth days. Like, I never drank that as an adult. Those were youth days. Like, I used to walk around with 2 bottles of anís Kool-Aid. Grape
That's
and fruit punch. That's it. Grape and fruit punch. Anís Kool-Aid. ¿Qué tú tienes ahí, anís Kool-Aid? Quiero un poco, toma, guapa. That's it. Those were party starters. I could go anywhere and start a party with those 2 bottles. Because like Solo said, one person brings 2 people. 2 people bring 3. 3 people bring 4, and 4 people bring more. That's crazy. Yeah, so I'm about to check out that battle, Daylight versus Rum Nitty. It was here at the Apollo. I heard it was good. I heard it was good. Yep. Daylight went crazy on Rum Nitty, and I know Rum Nitty went crazy on him with the punchlines, because that's what these people do. Like, these people are really masters of their craft. Like, sheesh. Yep. I forgot all about that. I forgot that I was keeping people in an eye. Let's see this. Want to send a anniversary shout out in heaven to my boy Gold Chain. We didn't get to finish our project, but whatever he did finish, I'm gonna definitely put in the CD when I throw the CD out. I might even wait and launch it in DR. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about all these American regulations? I might just go to DR and launch it. All right, let's launch MLH Latino right in DR. Like, let's go. Boom. You know, I've been waiting for Villano Sam to bless me with the final verse to It's the Battle, where it's only people of San Pedro. You know what I'm saying? It's me, MK, who's from San Pedro, Big Daddy Yo from San Pedro, and I wanted Vaquero and Villano Sam on it, but Vaquero's on his own thing. He's on his own timing right now, and Villano Sam is on his own timing as well. I'm saying we're talking about people that never stop creating.
But I know. So like I said, I could hit up. I know somebody's close to him, Vaquero, and I could relay the message.
Facts.
So,
I mean, I know that whole family. I know the moment I hit any one of them up, and I tell them,
you try to holler?
I could holler at any one of them. I know the moment I do, they're gonna let them know. Like, oye, Manuel, te está tirando Pedrito, because I'm humble, but I'm not a nobody in San Pedro. People know me.
Yeah, just let them know. You hear me?
Yeah, I could, but I've been waiting. You know,
just let them know, because yeah.
Shout out. Got the Annex blog over here. Shout out to
the Annex blog.
You know, those people. Yeah. Those people, man, they know me. They know me. They know who I am. They know what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? They see me. They see me walk with their brother, so they know. They know what's up. You know what I'm saying? If we've been hungry, we've been hungry together. If we ate, we ate together. So they all know what's up with me.
Yep. It's like to me, right? When I first got in contact with Vaquero, I went up and I was talking to Kuning, right? So Kuning, I was like, yo, I'm let Kuning let him know who I was. He was like, oh, okay, so you're the family of this family. I was like, yeah, I got you. So overall, Vaquero started to discover I have mad family members in the Dominican Republic. And he was like, dang, tú tienes tanto familia en San Pedro. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I got more family in Barrio Lindo than I do anywhere else in San Pedro. But man, I'm talking
But
about a lot of
let's
family.
see.
Like I went to go visit my
I
grandma's
know y'all have.
my grandma's grandma. Yeah, you heard that right.
I
My
know that.
tatarabuela. And she died at 105.
Wow.
My tatarabuela.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my grandma's grandma. I'm like, what? Mama
I
Lena.
never had the. Yeah, I never had the. I was unfortunate to meet my mom's grandmother because she passed away in 1956, I believe.
Wow.
And then
Way before we were even thought of being
and then there
born.
was a exactly. It was
But
like
wow.
I knew my grandmother and she passed away when I was 10. So it was like I didn't know none of my grandfathers. And when I
Wow.
do have my first child, they're not gonna know their grandparents.
It happens like that,
So
man.
it's just like, yo,
I
yeah,
met both grandpas. My dad's dad and my mom's dad. You know, God blessed me with a legacy moment in life where you know what I'm saying. Blessed me with a legacy moment in life where we were playing dominoes. My great grandpa, my grandpa, my dad, and I.
we're good.
Amazing.
That's good. That's good, Annex. That's good.
That's very good. Blessings to that. I'm gonna mute for 2 seconds. I gotta take this phone call.
All right. Yo, shout out to Mumore. Shout out to El Santo.
Yeah, I'm back. Homeboy called me from Thailand, and he told me like, um, he said, "Yo, how's everything going over there?" I'm like, I waited too long, you know, this, and that. He's like, why is it that as soon as I leave, nobody knows how to run stuff? I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. But compensation, please. That's all.
Yeah,
Started laughing. I'm like, that's all. I don't know. I don't care. Compensation, please. Let's go.
got you.
Oh, all right. So it's already 12 a.m. here, meaning today is Saturday. It's Saturday morning for you guys over there, Annex. I'm gonna guess so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess so. Okay. I'm gonna check that out next. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So I had people that were coming, and I don't know what they did with themselves or whatever. I'm about to start calling people like, "Where you at? Pull up to the studio right now. If not, we ain't talking no more." I'm kidding. We call my boy Castle, see what he's up to. See if he pulls up to the studio.
Got you. Y el saludo de hijo de Duarte 27.
Yeah, he's clubbing somewhere. He couldn't hear me. I couldn't hear him. He's like, "Hold on, hold on, hold on." I guess he's walking out. He go call me back when he walks out.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's always congregated somewhere. He's clubbing somewhere. It's my boy Castle.
Yep.
We got two projects coming up. Got two
All right.
album projects coming up. I can't wait. That's gonna be a straight independent track.
Yep.
Gonna have some artists from Mississippi up in there. All that good stuff. We're gonna make we got one project that's on science versus religion. You know,
Yeah, I remember you was
that's
telling
gonna
me
be
about that
fire.
last week.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire. I already know that on my own, I'm gonna have three tracks that's just gonna be me. You know, one is gonna be the topic of science, one's gonna be the topic of religion, good, religion bad. Let me get the phone call. Yo, peace almighty.
All right.
Peace almighty. What up? Yeah, he clubbing all right. I said, "Oh, I wanted to
Got
see
you.
if you, I wanted to see if you spit a verse real quick." And he's like, "Right now, right now, right now." I said, "No, I'm not gonna put you on the spot. If you're not ready, you're not ready. You know, we're not doing that."
Got
So he
you.
said, "Nah, you know, I'm cool. I'm good. You know, I'm chilling." I'm like, "All right, all right. Love is love." So he might call me when he gets out. Like the other day, he called me at 2 o'clock in the morning talking about, "Yo, I'm gonna pull up." I'm like, "No, don't do that. His wifey's home, and if you pull up at 2 o'clock in the morning, she gonna get at me. She gonna get at me like it's my fault." I'm like, "How's it my
Yeah.
fault?"
Trust me, the
I'm like,
women who
"No, man,
wake up, wake out. I mean,
bro,
we're
wake
gonna
up."
actually. I might just actually do the show till 3. So you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Annex Vlogs from the Philippines.
Shout out, shout out, shout out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forward you something real quick. Show you where my homeboy's at right now.
All right.
Homeboy really having the time of
All
his
right.
life right now. That's lit. That's all I'm gonna say. That's lit.
Yeah.
That is one lit situation right there.
Oh heck yeah. I'm seeing it right now.
Now, what I like about it, everybody that's there is not worried about fighting somebody. They're not worried about robbing nobody. They're not worried about being robbed. All those people there are locals, meaning that they all know each other because they all work around each other, talk to each other, see each other every day. And they're just all congregated there with water guns because it's hot. And they're just spraying water everywhere, and everybody's getting wet so that they can enjoy dancing and sweating and not overheating. That's a vibe.
Yeah, but then that's in Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a festival that they have or something over there. I read up about it. So
Cool.
yeah.
It's
It's
cool,
like they
man.
do it like every year around this time or such like that.
Well, it's a vibe. They chilling. Yeah.
Yep.
They're not there trying to worship false idols. They're not there trying to, sacrifice nobody. Like they're really just there, just enjoying a good time amongst locals, just regular fellowship. Saying not the same as going to church,
Yeah, I'm about to
but
tell you like in the background about that party, you know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Because you know it's Thailand, so you know.
Right.
Some things
So
is
there's
not
gonna
what it always seems out there. So,
Oh, that's a fact.
yeah.
That's a fact. I already know that for a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is wild.
Yo,
Yep.
what yeah. What is your take on a clip that they had that was like a woman who was pro choice and then she got hit, then she got beaten up by a woman in Harlem?
I mean, well, what's that about? Like, what'd she get beat up for?
Yeah.
For having an
So
opinion?
apparently there was a woman that I guess she was sorry, like she was there was a woman that I guess she was from the Republican side, right? Like she was
Okay.
asking the lady about pro life and pro choice. The next thing you know, there was that I guess she asked some provocating questions to a person, and the person got and the woman got angry and proceeded to hit her. It was this video was always went viral just for the fact that this woman went up and hit this woman, just gave this woman a few punches, left her bloodied.
Well, I can't speak on behalf of the people present that did what they did because you never know. People are very easily triggered nowadays. We have lost our sense of spirituality so bad that simple worldly things trigger us. And it's sad because we should be people that are more grounded on the invisible, grounded on faith. A lot of these people are grounded on the material things that they have, and all they see is that. So it's just sad, things like that shouldn't happen. If we're debating about something, it's exactly that, a debate. Why would you beat me up based off my opinion? I have the right to my opinion. You have the right to yours. But people get triggered. People are very sensitive nowadays. I'm saying people get triggered off the most smallest things.
Right.
And maybe in this case it was a very sensitive topic to that person, and maybe that was the wrong person to stop and ask.
Yep, pretty much.
Shout out to High Point in the chat.
Yep.
I'll make a run-on joke right now. At this point, I'm hiding somewhere.
Oh yeah, High Point.
Morning. What time is it over there? High Point. We are best of blessed. No matter the test, from east to west, we serve the greatest. So we're here.
Yep.
India. What time is it? Shout out to India. Many blessings.
Cool. Yes, many blessings to India.
Hey, High Point, what time is it over there?
Yeah, I remember the last time I had a stream. Yeah.
10:37. Wow. It's 1:07 here.
Wow.
Or in military time, 100 hours and 7 minutes. Hey, thanks for color. No, what we did was the brother gave you a wrench. You are now part of the mod family. And you're welcome to mod the streams and help out whenever you see people probably going out of hand in the chat. You can mute them or kick them out, stuff like that. Be very responsible and lenient with the powers that have been given to you. Blessing to meet you as well, High Point. My name is Pete. I am a 3rd degree black belt, sponsored by the World Karate Masters Federation, and I'm a new man. I'm a different person for those that ever met me beforehand, because 90s me was a different person. Early 2000s me was a different person. 2020, I'm completely a different person all over again. So let's just call it elevation of mind and self, to where I have acquired the wisdom that has made me mature, per se, faster than most men of my age. Most men of my age still want to act like they're 18. And I feel like I'm 73. So I act the age of my mind. I act like I'm 65. I act like I'm retired. And my mind concept is the mind concept of a king. Do good to all, and all will do good to you. Seek no negative will find you. Do not manifest negative, because the manifestation of negativity will manifest negativity in return. Stuff like that.
Yep.
Stay tuned for KAB, for my channel coming out soon. It's going to be spiritually lit. That is all for now. Yeah, let me see what's going on. Oh, okay. Okay.
Skater Sir ID. Yeah, Skater Sir. I can't really comment on. I think he has like less followers, but I hope he gets more.
Well, once again, welcome to the mod family, and I am a mod as well, and yeah, let's
All
see.
right, cool.
Yeah, I'm hungry, so now I'm thinking what I'm gonna make,
Yeah.
so it can be done by the time I'm done.
All right.
I am from New York City, and I was raised in San Pedro de Macorís, Dominican Republic. Yep, right
Yep.
there. Hey,
Same
oh,
here
okay.
too.
I guess the name and headline came off. It's not on the avatar. I normally leave. Sometimes
No.
I put that there in the avatar so that people would know, off rip. Oh, okay, it says NYC, it says SPM. What is SPM? That's when I'll be like, oh, well, that's San Pedro, Dominican Republic. And then I said the shout out to San Pedro. Shout out to
Yep.
San Pedro, because family is
Yep.
family and love is love, man.
That pretty much.
I've repeated the same word so many times that I'll never finish repeating it. San Pedro is the only city where you will sit
Pretty
down and
much.
drink coffee with your enemies.
Pretty much.
It's not always about beef. Like these people will sit down with you and drink coffee. There you go.
Yep.
That's bro. That's still. You know why I still talk about that? Because till this day, that act of what he did, that person, it still astonishes me. It's like, wow, did that person really just? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, not every time is fighting time. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know what he told me was his words of wisdom was, listen, I'm not your enemy and you're not my enemy. What we don't like is we don't like each other right now. But that's basically it. We're not enemies. So we don't have to fight all the time. I was like, oh, okay. So I see you coming up in the store where I'm drinking my coffee and my toast, and
Right.
I'm about to get up. I'm about to get up and get ready to start swinging. I'm from New York. In New York in high school, they would come at you in the lunchroom thinking that you were sleeping, eating, and they'd come and fight you. Have a good day, High Point.
Oh yeah. Trust me.
See, blessings.
Have a good day. Trust me. I've lost fights and I've won fights because of that. So
Been
shit.
there, done that, bro. The beauty of it all is that we're still here and most of them aren't.
Yeah.
And that's the truth that most people don't see every day. A
Yep.
lot of people that thought that they were going to get away with bullying me as a kid, um, never, never made it. They never made it. I never saw them make it past 20. Never saw them make it past 25. It was sad. It's sad, brother. It's sad. But I didn't get to appreciate life or
Yeah. It
learn how to
is.
start appreciating life until after I saw a lot of, you know, battlefield casualties and all types of hinderous stuff that normal people can't watch because they don't have the mental fortitude for it. So when I be seeing people talking about, oh, I was trying to scare you, I'm like, man, you were trying to scare me? What scares me gives your nightmares nightmares. You ain't scaring me no time soon, bro. Those nerves, all those scare nerves are dead. Those scare nerves are dead. I don't know what it is. Scared? The last time I was scared was that time that those 7 dudes with machetes were running after me in San Pedro. And I had flip-flops, the one with the little stick that if you take a bad step, the stick pops out. Yeah, I ran for like 7 blocks with those chancletas and the stick never popped out. That's how I know God is real. Because you're not supposed to run in those because the stick pops out. I ran 7 blocks, no stick pop out. Word. I made it to my barrio, and everybody in my barrio was like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, yo, those people behind me. Run that way, run that way. I ran around the corner. When they came around the corner, there was people waiting for them with piles of rocks. Piles of rocks. I mean piles. Like we keep rock hills on the block just in case if people from somewhere else come for something, there's rocks on deck. I'm not saying that's how primitive it is. I'm just saying that's how my barrio gives it up. You can't come from another barrio thinking that you're going to cause problem in my barrio because the little brothers will get at you with rocks and the older people will come out with their pans and pots and shotguns. And it's like, whoa, chill.
Mm-hmm.
San Pedro is for sure the city of revolution, evolution, and liberty. Like we really live up to that hype. We want to be free, and we're going to be free by any means necessary.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yes, sir. Call.
Cool. To High Point, I'm subscribed to both of those channels.
Two seconds.
All right.
Yep. I'm here.
Yep.
I'm about to start part 2 of this tea. The new tea that came.
Nice.
Let's see what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about? Yeah, I had made up my own fake German words, fake, followed by a fake German accent, make you feel like
Right,
I'm really speaking German when I'm actually not saying nothing at all. And
right.
when I do say something, it's probably a reference to a cartoon, but since it sounds so out of the world like a language, it makes you really think I'm saying something important. I'll be like, "Oh, Ashkan Bulinsigan," and you'll be like, "Oh, what?" I'm like, "Ashkan Bulinsigan." They'd be like, "No, no, what? What are you talking about?" And all I'm really saying is, what Snagglepuss used to say: "Exit stage left." Even so I'm quoting a
Right.
cartoon. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm saying it in German, it sounds like I'm saying something completely different. Hey, you,
Pretty
me?
much.
Ashkan Bulinsigan. They'd be like, okay. That's almost like saying supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. People just leave you alone after that.
Yeah.
So my boy and I, whenever we meet up, we start talking our fake German in front of people. And people will be looking at us like, what the heck are they talking about? Oh, man. I start saying a whole bunch of idiotic nonsense.
Well,
Umbutzengargen? Speisenhagen. Oh, my boy be answering back to me however he can. And we're just making it sound like German. It's just hilarious. Und Hansenberger. Es Spitzenbein. And people be looking at us like, are they speaking Dutch? Are they speaking German? What the heck are they speaking?
trust me.
It's hilarious, man. It's hilarious. Um, we
Yo,
orchestrate.
yo,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah.
what you remember about Parkchester, bro?
Parkchester. There's a mall there.
Yeah, six.
Yeah, the 6 train. There's a mall.
Yeah, that
There's
was
like 12. There's like 12 cell.
basic.
There's 12 cell phone shops there.
Yeah,
There's a there's a store that sells uniforms, students. There's there's
it
like three
used to be, I
deli.
think, but then that
There's
used to
like
be
three.
both. But yeah,
It's crazy, bro. I know that it connects 8 different buses.
hmm yeah,
That's
pretty much.
that's a major point in that area. That train station. Wow, I wish I could like just sit down and enjoy the history of Parkchester, how that train station became about. Because train stations up
Exactly.
above. Train stations up above
hmm
takes more time to build.
Pretty much.
It's a lot of heavy work going on there because any one of those tracks slip, a whole train is coming down. Not necessarily good for the community. Not necessarily good for anyone. Period.
Right.
That is crazy. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna front. I am tired, but I'm more hungry than I am tired. So if I could eat something, I could
Yeah.
stay on.
Yeah.
1:30. Yeah, I think I might call it. I might call it for the night.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah, I was up a little earlier and had to deal with a few things with the family. So I'm definitely gonna bow out, call it a night. Um, what do you
I
have in
hear you,
store
bro.
for tomorrow? Because I know I'm definitely gonna go hit the dojo tomorrow.
Me, I think I'm just gonna go to the gym, pick up my wife, and that's it. Because I know Sunday, me
God,
and my wife, we're about to go out. I'm gonna try to,
God,
and there's a guy that usually comes in my streams who was supposed to link up today, but stuff happens on Black people's timing. So
I hear you. All right.
but
So
another day, yeah,
all right. Let's see what happens tomorrow. You already know my motto: stay safe, stay woke,
yep,
stay vigilant. Until next time, us.
yep, us,
Blessings, everyone.
blessings. Yeah, so that's it. Historias Urbanas. Catch us next week. We might have a few guests, so check me out.